we overestimate or underestimate how much work we're doing based on how difficult it feels. If it feels difficult, if it feels hard, we think that we're working hard, actually working hard. But if we're not going in the right direction, no matter how hard you work, let's say you're washing the dishes for 10 hours a day, that may feel difficult and you may think that you're working hard, but I don't think that's kind of how that shit works. You know, direction is more important than sheer amount of will and effort and intensity. And I think it's so much more painful to just sit in silence and to think about your direction and which steps you need to take than just to fucking pick yourself up and go and work hard. But still, you may be going into the dead-end street of working hard instead of thinking and being strategic and being slow. This is so incredibly painful for me because I would rather default to being like, you know what, I'm just gonna do stuff. I'm gonna feel productive, but I'm not even doing the right stuff. I need to do the right stuff. I don't need to do stuff right, but I need to do the right stuff, even in not the right way, you know? That's more important. And this is so incredibly painful for me because it's painful to think about, and I'm like, I would rather just feel productive, and I always default to that. Thinking is very fucking difficult. Being strategic about your work is very difficult. Just sitting there, not doing anything, just thinking about the actual real steps, just the right things that you should do. Because if I want to feel productive, I can just pick up a random book, I can just read, and I'm gonna be like, I've worked hard today, but I wasn't doing the right task for me. Maybe that wasn't the right task, but I just did it, and I feel productive. So that's why how we overestimate or underestimate how much we're doing based on the intensity that we're feeling, based on how difficult it feels, based on how hard it feels.